Hi friends! Welcome to our circle time at home. I'm so glad you're here today. Let's start with our song. Ready? Good morning, rabbits and friends. Good morning, rabbits and friends. Good morning, rabbits and friends. I'm glad you're here today. Hooray! I'm glad you're here today. Let's look and see what we're going to do today. We're going to start with our calendar. We're going to check our weather. We're going to read the last part of the Easter story in the Bible. We're going to do an activity with plastic eggs. We're actually going to do the resurrection eggs activity, which is a very interesting one. And then we're going to sing our song. That's our whole day. So let's start with our calendar. Today is Friday, April 10th. Let's look at our pattern. Purple, yellow, pink. Purple, yellow, pink. Purple, yellow. We'll color the square yellow. Today is also an important day in the church year. Today is what we call Good Friday, and it's the day we remember Jesus' crucifixion on the cross. So we'll talk about that when we read about it in our Bible story, and again when we do our resurrection eggs. All right, let's count the number of days we've done circle time at home with our star jar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Purple star. Today is our 20th circle time at home. Let's count that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 circle times at home. Let's check our weather. Have my weather cards ready to sing. What's the weather? What's the weather? What's the weather like today? Is it windy? Is it cloudy? Is there rain or is there sun? Well, it is a little bit cloudy, but mostly it's a very windy day. The wind picked up yesterday afternoon. It was so windy last night I needed a warmer coat on my dog walk with Lucy. And it was windy all night and windy this morning. So we'll color another windy square on our weather graph. Now we have 1, 2, 3 windy days, and we have the same number of rainy days as windy days. But we've had the most number of sunny days, which is nice. It's nice to have sunny days when we can maybe go outside, take a little walk. All right, we've done our calendar and our weather graph. I have our plant. It's a day to water our plant. So some water. And we'll give our cactus a nice drink and then put it back on the windowsill. Our cactus is doing really well. I watered our sprouts earlier today, our Cosmo sprouts, so I'll show them to you on Monday, but I have something exciting to show you. Something came yesterday in the mail, and it gets to join our cactus on the windowsill. Are you ready? Look. Painted lady caterpillars. We're going to read and talk about them a lot next week, but these caterpillars are going to eat and eat and eat and eat and grow and grow and grow and grow. And then they're going to make a chrysalis, and they're going to stay inside for about 2 weeks, and then they will emerge as painted lady butterflies. So cool. So I'm going to put them in a nice warm spot where they'll be safe. And we're going to do a little butterfly observation. Oh, Lucy wants to come over and say hello. She wants to wish everybody a happy Easter a few days early. Lucy, say hello. Say hello, friends. Hello, friends. All right. Can you help us do our butterfly observation log? Maybe later. All right, so today is day 1 with our butterflies, and the date is April 10th. April 10. And the observation is our caterpillars are eating. I measured one earlier. It's not easy to measure them because they're moving around all the time. But I used my ruler. I put it up next to the jar and found that our caterpillars right now are about this long, which is 1/4 of an inch long. Not very long at all. So our caterpillars are 1/4 of an inch long. They are eating. And this, the brown stuff at the bottom of the jar, that's their food. That's food for them. And it's everything they need to grow as big as they need to grow. Oh my gosh, look, I just saw this. One of them's way up at the top up there. Oh, I don't know if I can get the angle right. There it is. All the way up at the top. They're exploring their new home. So I'll put them right next to the cactus and then they'll have something green to look at. All right, there's our butterfly observation day 1. We'll check back in with them on Monday, and I bet they will have grown a lot. They grow a lot. They grow really fast. They eat so much. All right, now it's time for our Bible story. So we have read about Palm Sunday when Jesus came into Jerusalem, and we read about the Last Supper when he had the meal with his disciples, and then he went into the garden to pray, and while he was in the garden, he was arrested by the people who did not like what Jesus was doing. And then he was taken to Calvary, the hill, and he was crucified on a cross and died. And that was where our story ended yesterday, but that's not where the Easter story ends. All right. This is called Surprise. After Jesus died, a rich man named Joseph took Jesus' body. He put it in a special cave tomb. He rolled a huge stone over the opening of the cave. The leaders sent guards to watch the cave to make sure no one took Jesus' body. But early Sunday morning, there was an earthquake. An angel came from heaven and rolled the stone away. When the guards saw him, they shook with fear and fell down. One of Jesus' friends named Mary came to the cave tomb early that morning. She saw the stone was not in front of it, so she went in. She saw an angel there. Jesus is not here, the angel said. He is alive. Go tell his friends that they will get to see him again. Mary was not sad anymore. Jesus was not dead. He was alive. She ran back to tell the wonderful news. At first, Jesus' friends did not believe her. But she was right. Jesus did come back to see them. He really was alive. What a great end to the story. His friends had been very, very sad and very scared and worried. But on Sunday morning, when Mary went to the tomb, the rock was rolled away. The tomb was empty. And an angel was there to tell her, don't be sad, don't be scared. Jesus isn't here anymore. He's risen from the dead. And later, Jesus appeared to his disciples to share the good news with them too. It's a great ending to this story. All right, we are going to do our resurrection egg activity now, and I'm going to move over to the kitchen where I have more room so you can see the eggs while we look at them. Hi, friends. All right, I have a dozen eggs. A dozen is another name for 12. So let's open our lid. These are the plastic eggs. They're not real eggs. Let's count and see how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 12 classic Easter eggs, and these eggs are going to help us retell the Easter story. I'm going to start with number 1. Open it up and see what's inside. Ready? This is a little bit of sort of blanket material, and this reminds us of Jesus coming into Jerusalem on a donkey. They spread a coat on the back of the donkey. And remember, people waved their palm branches and said, "Hosanna, Hosanna." All right. Silver coins. So this reminds us of the part of the story where Judas told some people where Jesus would be, and they paid him 30 silver coins for the information. Judas did a bad thing for money. All right, let's see what's in here. Oh, here's a piece of cracker. And that reminds us of the last meal that Jesus had with his disciples. Oh, okay. This egg has a pin with some praying hands. It's a little hard to see. That reminds us that after the meal with the disciples, Jesus went out into the Garden of Gethsemane and he prayed. He knew that he was about to face something very difficult, so he prayed to God for help. This one doesn't make any noise at all. Let's see what's in there. Oh, these are little pieces of leather. This reminds us of the part of the story where Jesus has to carry the cross all the way up the hill, and the people, the soldiers, whipped him with the leather. That's the part of the story that's not very nice. This is sort of like a crown of thorns. And this reminds us of another thing they did that was not very nice. They stuck a crown of thorns on Jesus' head, made fun of him for saying he was the king. Whoops. Here we have a nail. This reminds us of the fact that Jesus was nailed to the cross when he was crucified. This egg has some dice. After Jesus was nailed to the cross, some men threw dice to see who would get his cloak, the coat that he had been wearing. This egg has some spears, little plastic spears. This reminds us of the part of the story after Jesus had died on the cross. Some soldiers pierced his side with a spear to make sure he really was dead. This egg has a little piece of cloth inside. This cloth reminds us of the part we just read about, actually, where Joseph took Jesus' body and wrapped it in cloth and then laid it in the tomb. Here is a rock. And this reminds us of the stone that was rolled in front of the tomb, big heavy stone, to cover the entrance over so Jesus' body would be safe in the tomb. I don't hear anything in here. I wonder what it is. It's empty. There's nothing in here. You know what part of the story this tells? When the women came back to the tomb on Easter Sunday, it was empty, like this egg. Jesus wasn't there anymore. He had risen from the dead. And he would come back to see them later. So there's I should leave it open, there's our empty egg. All right, those are our 12 resurrection eggs that tell us the whole story, the whole Easter story from Palm Sunday all the way to the empty tomb. All right, friends, We have done our calendar, we've done our weather, we met our new caterpillars, we read our Bible story, we've done our activities with the resurrection eggs, telling the whole Easter story, and now we're going to finish with our song. I thought we would sing one of our favorites, My God is So Great. Are you ready? You gotta get your big muscle arms out. My God is so great, so strong and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do. My God is so great, so strong and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do. The mountains are His, the rivers are His, the stars are His handiwork too. My God is so great, so strong and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do for you. That's such a great song. I'm glad we got a chance to sing it today. Well, friends, that's our whole circle time at home. I hope you have a wonderful Easter on Sunday. I hope you get to do something nice with your family. I'll be enjoying our Easter service on the computer at home with my family. Not the way we usually celebrate, but that's okay because we're together, and that's what'll make it special. I look forward to seeing you guys again on Monday. Let's close with our goodbye song. Goodbye, 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 my friends, to you. God bless you everywhere you go, in all you say and do. Goodbye, friends. Happy Easter.